Thank you, everybody. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, every board member's here, and we would like to welcome up Gary and Commissioner Hollifield, if you'd like to speak.
So first of all, DNR told us they are not responsible for anything to do with the beach or the piers. They only regulate the water. The property belongs to the county, part of it to the township. As of now, there's no regulations, no rules of how anything works. So when we were approached to move the barricades, we did that for the safety of the children. I know it caused a problem because we did not know that the boat ramp could not do pontoon boats. I guess the boat ramp is too steep or something, not sure. So we moved it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is not a highway issue. It's more of a county township issue. So, in my opinion, I think we either leave it like it is now and let it go as it was, or if we can maybe have the MOU it with the township and have them be responsible for it, or the county can start putting in ordinances for permitting piers, the beach, everything, and start charging fees. So that's our options. And I'll let's see.
Yeah. From the standpoint of county, we own the beach. If we have to start regulating that beach, it's going to take money to regulate, and that's the purpose of the fees and the fines and everything else. The police don't want to have to be out here just writing tickets for fines. We don't have an inspector available to keep an eye on things. So I served on Township Board of Lincoln for several years. The issue that I see after speaking with Charity, it might be beneficial if we do a memorandum of understanding. I'll speak to the lawyer tomorrow. The township would then take control of that beach. You would be responsible for it. Then you would have to decide how you're going to issue letting people use that for boat launches and everything else. So we want to make sure right now the barricades are there to keep the kids are out. Kids are out in the summer. They like to play around the water. We don't want kids don't pay attention. That's something I don't pay attention. So this way nobody's run over, nobody's hurt. But again, we don't have the manpower or the dollars to regulate that and police it. So I will speak with the attorney tomorrow, and I'll be in contact with you again. If we can come to some understanding where the township becomes responsible for that, then the township would have to establish rules for the use of that beach, the boat launches, and everything else. Those are really the two options. Because the DNR, like I said, Sherry said, DNR is not going to get involved with this situation. And we want to make sure everyone's safe. Safety is the number one thing right now. Is make sure the kids that are out there playing on the beach get safe, don't get run over by accident or anything else. Those boats come up there and hit kids and play in the water. The kids are underwater, and all of a sudden they pop up and there's a boat. So I guess if there's any questions, we can field some questions if you want.
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
In the state of Indiana, isn't it true that you cannot launch a boat wherever the kids are at within 300 feet?
I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer.
If you look them up, that's the rule. So if that does happen, 300 feet, there would be no beach. That's what I'm saying. The kids wouldn't even be able to be down in the plane. So in the state of Indiana, there is a rule that says to launch a boat, you have to be within 300 feet of a beach or a plane area.
That would be something our attorney would have to.
Right, I'm just saying that's the truth of that.
we'll
Well,
take
if that's the case, then you're not going to be able to launch boats no matter who in charge of that property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so there's another issue. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but people have posted about the fire rescue needing to get in down there,
Okay.
which that's very, very
Very important, yes.
And people can't launch a lot of the boats over at that boat launch on the other side of the lake.
Okay, for clarification, there are 2 boat launches here on this lake, one for the DNR and one private. Is that correct?
There's one right here.
Right here.
Right here in Mineral Crossing. Okay, and there's another DNR launch?
One DNR launch.
Okay, the DNR launch is the one that has the issues, that it's too steep to get, okay. Have you talked to DNR about dredging that?
Yes. I actually talked to Jim Presley.
Okay, okay. And is that still causing problems?
Well, that's the problem, the incline. It needs to be, and that's
And
why.
is that just for pontoon boats?
Pardon me?
Is that just for the pontoon boats?
I have
Say our speed
Okay,
boat.
I'll get back to you, got one over here, yes, sir.
I just wanted some clarity. So it was the board that had them block the launch. It wasn't the county that did that.
That's right.
We asked.
Because the community is pretty clear on what they want. I feel like the board should represent the community.
Okay.
And the community's clear, that they want the boat launch. It's been there for as
Okay.
long as I've been alive.
Hold on, who's the community who's not? That's what I wanna know.
Well, we could vote.
Well, yeah, we could.
I mean, I don't even have a vote, but when I see things being done that I kind of feel like are personal agendas, because the community was clear, they want the boat launch. There hasn't been an incident there.
We have a meeting every
Hold on,
month.
let him finish, and I'll be back.
No, that's it, that's it. So it was them. that-
We have a meeting every month. I see the same faces, 6 or 8 people. Today, all of a sudden, there's 1,000 of us.
Because they're
You
doing
know what I'm
things
saying?
against the
So
will of the
if it was such a
community.
concern, why weren't we
We're not
all
doing
at
that.
every meeting?
I know they are.
That's all I'm saying.
I said, when I was on township board, I loved PAC meetings. I loved them.
Second question I have for you.
Okay, one
How
more
come,
thing.
how come some people can launch out back in the DNR and other people can't? I see boats out there launching there all the time.
I'm not a boater.
All the time.
I'm not a boater.
I see boats coming in and out of there all the time. So it- No.
What's your comment over there?
So,
You
okay.
can't launch my kids, don't launch your boats in front of your house.
Okay, you have, sir,
If this is a county issue, you're the highway department, you have nothing to do with
He's
it,
county.
trustees have nothing to do
I'm
with
a
it.
county commissioner.
Oh, you're a county commissioner,
Yes.
okay, I thought you were with the highway
No,
department.
chair of the
Any
highway.
ordinance changes or anything like that have to be voted on, correct? You
They
can't just-
go through the commissioners to
Okay.
change an ordinance. But again,
There is no ordinances right now
Not
for
right.
any of this.
yeah, the way I
Just can't
understand
make
it,
rules up as you go, that's
we're
what I'm
not,
trying to figure
we're not
out.
making rules up as we go.
Right.
The way I understand this, is this just recently became an issue in the last 10, 12 years?
Well, the voting,
No,
the
no,
launch
it
just,
lasted
the
long.
launch just became an issue over the years.
Became an issue years ago.
So there's piers on this beach also.
That's not
Yeah.
regulated.
They're not regulated.
It's-
We don't regulate the water. That's the DNR. The DNR
So
said
the
they
So
don't
people
want.
that live on
they don't
that
want
road
to
know
do
what the piers there, they want lake access right in front of the house, right? So
So it's
anybody
a
works,
personal agenda.
now you have everybody else with deeded rights to the lake that they're trying to cut off, basically.
That's, we have an issue on Pine Lake up there.
Isn't
too.
it like first come, first served out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That's what that is, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Steve, I came to one of you guys' meetings before. Roger Cheska came also. Roger Cheska can tell you, he got a lawyer, he went to court over it. In front of his house, he has jurisdiction over that water. No one can put a pier in without his permission. I was told, the rest of us, if we wanted that, we had to get a lawyer. Like everybody's got all this money flowing out of their pockets. Okay, but the thing is, and they said, well, maybe your rights to that were sold off a long time ago. That is total BS.
Okay, I can tell you from my experience on Fish Lake, people own property on the lake, but not have lake rights. People across the street from the lake don't own on the lake, but they have lake rights. It's in your deed. So my recommendation is look at your deed. We can only do what's legal. Again, we're trying to come to a solution here to help everybody. We want to make sure your kids have a beach to play in.
Is
a
your
place to
standpoint
launch
to
your
wash
boats.
your hands and turn it over to Hudson Township?
What's that?
Is your goal to wash your hands of it and turn it over to?
No,
the
our
township?
goal is to come to a conclusion that benefits everybody.
Okay.
And if that's the purpose, that's up to the board to decide if they want to. We can write up all the memorandum of understanding we want. But if they choose not to sign it and take that on, then we're back to square one
Will your
again.
board have to vote on that as well?
What,
The
us?
commissioners, yes.
Yes,
It would go
the
through
right,
commissioners
yes.
meeting.
I will talk to attorney tomorrow and see what our options are.
So if it's an issue of safety, there should be designated swimming area, okay? So roped off for the beach swimmers and stuff like that. There should be clear signs saying no swimming passes, point, and clear signs saying no watercraft passes, no trailer parking, you know. Simple signs says people.
But then again, how do you police that? Because
Right.
I don't know, when I was a kid, if I was having fun, I didn't read signs.
Right.
So, and if this gentleman's correct, there's 300 feet, you're still a problem there.
So-
Yes, Joyce?
Well, I asked the DNR long ago when I was trustee, if they would go off the area, because the township owns just a very small portion of that beach, county owns the rest of it. So I was told at that time that the DNR will not.
So the DNR don't have to, we can do it as a community, right? It's-
Navigable waters are under control of the DNR. So, yes.
The other question I have for you, I live like 3 houses from the beach. I own 100 feet of frontage there.
Okay.
They launch their boats and they park their boats and trailers on my property all the time.
Call the sheriff.
I have, numerous times, but that's what we run into all the time. Plain and simple.
I can tell you this,
No,
this is
there's
an
nowhere
issue
to
that
park
all the
multi-trailers over there.
all the
No,
process now.
zero.
So, they, again, they do not have manpower to send someone out
I
there
know
at
that.
a time.
They're not coming out.
Yeah, so, yes, ma'am.
And out here, it's always been, DNR doesn't wanna handle it, the county doesn't wanna handle it.
Police doesn't want
I,
it. Nobody wants to handle it.
okay, the 1 year before he did his court thing, I went through the DNR process to get a pier permit, and the only reason I did it was I had someone that did not live on the lake road tell me they could put a pier in front of my house, but I couldn't put one out there.
This was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had to address that.
DNR, I paid for a 2-year permit, and they refused to acknowledge it, so I was out.
Okay, my recommendation there is get hold of your state representative.
I contacted DNR, I said.
I'd skip the DNR.
Yep.
State representative, or your state senator.
Okay.
And then
What's our board
tell them what you got. What's that?
What's our board standpoint if they get control?
That's the works on.
Is
We
that
saw,
something you
we
guys
saw
can
what
answer
their
us now?
standpoint is.
Yeah.
Their
I mean,
You
standpoint
guys
is
got
block
control,
it.
but what would you wanna do?
I mean, if it's a legal issue of it can't be there, if that is true,
What about
then,
every other house that they put boats in front of where kids are swimming?
sorry?
You don't swim in front of everybody's house, then what, you can't put a boat in anywhere? in the
Well, you can
lake?
swim anywhere in the lake, the law recognizes that there is a risk to open bodies of water. So the idea that we're gonna make one portion of an open body of water safer by roping it off, I think is kind of foolhardy in my opinion, but if the board sees otherwise, but,
What about 100 years and no incidents? I mean,
Well, I think that's
I mean,
great.
landowners, I can tell are upset,
Yeah.
so it seems to be
Yeah.
landowners against everyone else.
and just to your comment, and I think that was great, well put, you know, we here, again, it was commented that we only have so many people that come in every meeting. And for years, since I've been, I started as a board member, since I started, every year we have familiar faces come to us and tell us about the issues at the launch, and the beach. And so, I understand, maybe they're minority, maybe it's a silent, you know, I don't know what the
You should
exact.
take that as a pat on the back too, because there hasn't been an issue where we need to come down here and have it.
Yeah,
You
sure.
guys have done a great job with it.
Well, and just
Yeah.
because there hasn't been an issue doesn't mean there won't be.
Correct.
And the thing of it is, I'm a firm believer in these types of meetings. Whether it's a contentious issue or not, if you have time, go to the meetings. Because until we hear from you, we don't know what the issue is. We can't solve a problem. And like I said, I'm willing to go back tomorrow to talk to our county attorney, have Terry involved, see what our options are, draw up some memorandum or whatever, how they call it. I'm still trying to learn the lingo for government. Government's weird. And then we can approach the board and say, this is an option we have, then they can present it to you guys, see if you guys want to do it. Because then if we present this to where you guys take control of this beach, our hands are washed.
Yep.
That means
I think
you
that's
taxpayers,
everybody's
if it costs $1,000 a year to maintain that beach,
We're gonna
everyone's
be calling
taxes might go
complaining
up
to
a
them.
dollar.
If the county wants to, you're gonna get calls from everybody in Hudson Lake. calling
I
the
get
county.
calls every day all over the whole county, so.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to me the piers across from the road? Who owns them? I'm curious.
No,
I've
they're
heard
not ours.
stories, that people come from Illinois or Michigan and they just put a pier in and it's theirs. So is that true?
I don't know.
It is true.
Kevin, you were
There are
involved.
people
from
shipping
South
piers
Bend,
in, piers are supposed to be so many feet apart.
Yeah.
There's
People
people
all over.
putting them in where you can't even get a boat on both sides.
And so the DNR doesn't regulate that?
No, we don't either.
So there's no regulation?
We don't know.
DNR
No,
told us
I can't get the
years ago
DNR,
that
we have an
didn't
issue up
pick
on
up
Pine
on
Lake, we have an issue on Pine Lake right
No
now
pier.
called pier access. I've sent all the documentation from the landowners that are claiming they have the right to use that as a pier access. The DNR basically says, we don't understand this, we don't wanna get involved, even though their name was mentioned multiple times over the years on feeds. So,
So all those homes across from that, it's not a road really, it's a easement, is that what you call it, easement? They don't own to the water, and they don't have rights to the water?
I don't know. It's
Depends
what
on
your
the deed.
deed say. Okay, I'm guessing you guys have a township attorney?
Yeah.
Have you run this by him and see what your options are?
No, it costs money.
No, yeah, I haven't.
I know it does, I know it does. Every time you pick up a phone anywhere, it costs money. I will give you my contact, you have your attorney reach out to me, and I'll put him in contact with Guy. Perfect. And that way we
You
wanna
you
make sure
can't tell me only one person on that lake road owns lake rights and the rest of us don't.
I don't say that.
That's,
I didn't say
no,
that.
no, I'm just pointing that out.
No, yeah.
I talked to the DNR about all those piers, and they said it's the county's road, it's their responsibility to take those piers in or out because they are accessed from your road.
We have found that out last year, but not, yes, sir.
Okay.
They
Oh, wait, let him speak, let him speak.
When you talk to your attorney, ask them about riparian rights at Hudson Lake. Okay? I looked into it and it cost me a small fortune. My property, I'm on the other side of the road. My property goes, when Hudson Lake was developed as a subdivision, it was written in the deed or whatever it is that our rights to the beach or to the lake go underneath that road. That road was leased or whatever, deeded over to
All those reasons.
the easement, yeah. But we still own the property on the other side of that road.
You have to look what your deed says.
I know what my deed says.
Okay. I'm also gonna tell you another issue with Hudson Lake, Saugony, Fish Lake, all these small communities. All these were divided and platted 100+ years ago.
Well, it was,
So there were no
it was
rules then.
done in 1928.
Okay, 100 years ago. I get it.
I've got it, and everybody on Lake Shore Drive is the same way. I'm not
Everybody in Hudson
unique.
Lake is that way.
Okay,
Everybody
but
has
you're-
each lot.
Okay, then for that, if I'm understanding what you're saying is, then that's not our county beach. You people own it, on the road.
I agree.
Okay, then we wash our hands.
So how long has that pier situation been like that?
Years.
Oh, ever since I moved here, I moved here in 89,
Years.
and it's been like that.
But-
And that's why,
Would it have been platted with a beach area way back then?
It's, maybe not. We're finding parts of this county that were never, when it's a subdivision 100 years old, there's blank spots on there, there's no plat for anything. Nobody knows who owns it.
I've seen the plat for this, and there's nothing on the water. There's nothing platted on the water. It's the houses, then the road, and then the.
You're talking like the Beacon Schneider?
No, just,
No.
no, just the actual plat from.
That we use in the county,
Yeah.
which will tell us where the easements are at,
I
tell
think-
us who the property
I
owns
think
what.
after
And
you
I'm gonna
read my
guess.
documentation-
No, I believe you, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not doubting it. But see, if that's the case, the beach is not our responsibility. But do we have documentation that shows that beach is a county property?
I always thought the beach was owned by the, township.
Half of it.
Half of it?
Less than.
Okay.
So the beach is here.
From her house,
No, the beach,
and then it's like another.
yeah, I think the plat shows that it's county.
It's all county, okay.
I was thinking of the pier.
Piers, no, piers on the water.
Yeah.
This is where the issue comes up where who's in charge of water, who's in charge of land.
Right.
And as a farmer, water becomes a very, especially wetlands, your Army Corps then, and then you become DNR on navigable waters like the Kankakee River, stuff like that. So, we're going to, if this is consensus of people, it's okay. I'm gonna talk to our attorney tomorrow and see what the best legal position, I'll keep Charity, Kevin, this is Kevin's territory up here, we'll keep everybody in the loop, and then we come up with something, I will give it over here, and that way he can have a public meeting on whether you guys agree to or not. But like I said, if we're gonna take care of this and police and everything else, there's gonna be permit fees, there's gonna be, and then I don't wanna hear anybody complain when their kid gets yanked out of the water for swimming past the buoys.
Well, the only thing, when I looked into the permit things, I went to Indianapolis.
Okay.
They didn't want nothing to do with it for the legal standpoint, the responsibility. They said, you guys have to take care of it yourself. So that's,
And we're gonna try.
okay.
But like I said, I don't, if we come to an agreement with the township will then present it to you guys at the meeting, say this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it on. And again, it's gonna take money to maintain it. Again, then you're going to pay for this somehow, one way or another, because it takes money to do all this stuff. And I doubt if it's gonna be an enormous sum of money for the number of people.
What's the issue with leaving it exactly like it is right now? Other than one guy says.
They opened a can of worms, and it's done for, I can
Well,
tell you that.
the can has
I can tell
already
you
been
it's
open.
done.
Yes.
It's been open for years.
If you leave it the way it is, what's gonna happen if someone gets hurt? Who's responsible then?
What's gonna happen when I walk out the street and get run over?
I know that, but see, you're in a street.
Can't live on my-
But if you go by that, because I can tell you right now, everybody gets sued when something like that happens. Even the township will become sued because it's in a township property.
It's a civil issue.
So,
If something does happen, it would be a civil
it
matter.
also could become a criminal issue too, if someone's on a boat and they've been drinking. So,
Someone's on the beach drinking.
I know, I said, exactly.
Well, there's a sign that says you're not supposed to have
Yes,
beach
ma'am.
drinking.
Even if signs were put up at your own
They do it
will,
all the time.
People run stop signs all
There's
the
a
time.
sign that says no dogs either.
Yes,
$1,000.
we gotta talk to
I
see
know,
what the
that's
legal
what
ramifications are.
They don't work.
So, like I said, I'm gonna take this to our attorney, see what you guys said, we'll keep Charity involved, when we come up with some kind of an idea, what we think might work better for all of us, I'll hand it over to the township, the township then can talk to you guys.
You guys have an HOA or anything?
No.
Down there? Why don't you get one put together?
We just want a board that represents the community. We just want a board that represents the
You
community.
could charge for
Not
the piers
personal
being put in, and you could
agendas.
put up here where you want.
Leave the DMVs alone. I assure you, leave it alone. I don't use the. There's 2 or 3 people that they're sitting there. They want it done. And you acted online like you, oh, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
We're getting conversations going here between back and forth everybody, over talking to everybody, so please, one at a time.
Is the beach supposed to be a private beach or a public beach?
We don't know. We
The
gotta
sign
find that
at
out.
the beach says it's a private
This-
beach,
this just
only for
came
all
up.
of Hudson
So
Township.
we have to find out who owns the beach. It may be the township does not own that beach. So,
Just East Half.
East Half, okay, so we may have put together where you guys take all of it. Again, if you guys want this done a certain way, to make everybody happy, someone's gonna be upset, no matter how you look at this. You're gonna have happy people and unhappy people, no matter what. That's the way all these situations go. Yes, ma'am.
I was just trying to say, focus on the safety issue. I think that's really what's detrimental right now. And then all the other stuff, here's and all that stuff is for another day.
If I'm gathering this
But
right,
putting it on a road like you're saying, if we could both add $10 on our taxes or something, let's do it.
to take care of the pier.
That's right, take care of
The issue that I understand, Charity, is we were contacted because kids were water in there and people were backing boats in next to the kids. So that's why we moved the barricades.
Well,
Steve,
once again,
Hang on a second.
this is township
Okay?
property, and then from here down to here is town property.
And they're driving across there back to boats.
They've always, even when I was a kid, we backed boats.
Nobody's ever gotten hurt.
yeah.
Okay? So far now.
It's never
So
been
far
an
now.
issue until
You
the
might.
last.
Yes, ma'am.
First, I want to thank you. I mean, it was very, the way it was communicated.
Has nothing to do with safety. Everything to do with personal.
All for being so proactive to the voices of just about the community. So, thank you for taking the time.
Social media is a joke in my opinion. It's an absolute, it's a nuisance. It's a nuisance. That's why I don't use it in my, for comment. Exactly. That's the whole thing. When I leave here tonight, I will give him some cards if you want to contact me and talk to me. My office is always open and I got my I give my county cell phone, so even if I'm a tractor, I'll see your number, I might call back a little later, but I will contact anybody that calls me. So we're gonna leave it this way, if everyone's okay, we're gonna take this to the county attorney.
Yeah, I think she had something.
Oh,
I've got
Wait,
a
no,
question for them.
Wait, she still had a question.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I just want to thank you first, but, I think there's a couple of different issues that one could be made up with parking situation. And by where I know, we're on the south side, we just had a parking issue with the county, and my understanding from all, during the last 8 months, that we've been kind of through this, is that all the roads here around Hudson Lake are owned by the county. Is that a
Yeah.
fair
We're not,
statement?
it's not
Yeah.
owned. Is it owned or easements?
Well, we maintain it.
We maintain, yeah.
Yeah.
We just had another issue wherever that was up.
That's what we, so we have a problem again on, and I don't wanna get this whole thing, so everything's been surveyed, and what we're finding is that you might go into the middle of the road, but you don't. The county has to have its access to plow and emergency equipment and whatnot. So by us, they posted no parking signs along.
Who posted? We did?
We did for winter, for plowing.
Oh, for plow, yes.
You
See,
cannot
we
plug
can't
in the road.
plow the roads.
So, right, so follow me out here, so there's all these signs that went up at the end of Q4 last year by where I live. And there was a parking situation going on of just who's claiming what in the middle of the roads and stuff like that. And there's a $1,500 fee for the first time offender, and the second offender is a $2,500 fee, and it's just a no parking sign. And it might prevent what's happening where someone's dropping a trailer and then leaving it. And all I do is make a phone call and the sheriff's department is there.
Oh,
And
I know what you're saying.
so it ends up being, like, we have a safety issue, we have disrespecting properties and being able to enjoy them, but at the same time, folks that are coming are being disrespectful and leaving
there's more issues than just the beach, right?
Right. Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right, right, and
Almost.
so, but does it start with even like, someone mentioned about keeping it the same, we've been doing this for hundreds of years, and we've been lucky to have no incidents so far, now we're all engaged, we don't want anything to happen, but we also wanna have this communal life of everybody having, we pay a lot of taxes and we enjoy ourselves here, but we have some folks that don't respect, cause it's not the people that live here that are the problem, it's the people that don't live here and are affected. So maybe if we can collaborate together and come up with a plan that, maybe it's a little bit of both of the township and working with the county to come up with something that really kind of solves everything.
That's what we're gonna try and do.
The police were called 6 times Saturday to the beach alone.
For what?
For just disturbance, people fighting, kids with their little mini bikes tearing up the sand already that they just put
And
down.
that's the thing, if you put the barricades up, all you're doing is finding more people to park down
We have
there.
more
You
people there.
people,
It's
so
gonna be
you
twice
have
the
more
people.
people.
So are they parking in front of the barricades?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Okay, fine.
So maybe there's something with that, of kind of just, we're smart folks, you can come up with something that kind of protects our little community and does something around finding, and then maybe escalating the police presence of just not this issue until it's not an issue.
Right.
The police issue, I don't want to speak out about the police. This is the second largest county in the state of Indiana.
You know, we have four
And
sheriff's
they've got,
officers.
it's 35 miles from 1,000 north to 2450 south. So, for them to control everything, it's hard for them, they'll do the best job they can, but they also have to prioritize if you call because you got kids tearing up the dirt in the sandbox, or do they have an accident in US 30 and 421 with fatalities? They're gonna prioritize that.
I get it.
So, we will, if this is what, I mean, we got one more question, go ahead.
Well, I want to add to what she was talking about, and Kevin knows what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, my house is the last house at the end of Lakeshore Drive. I have a bottom part to my house, and I've got a top part. Okay, I've been parking on the top road. I have 2 knee replacements, neither one was done correctly. My spine from top to bottom is crap. I have a lot of disabilities. Okay, because I've got a neighbor on the other side of that dead end road from Illinois, only comes out for so many days, but every time he comes out, it's like he's constantly causing problems. He was blocking my vehicle in where I could not leave. The one officer told him, do not ever block her in again. Well, it was the next weekend he did it. So I called the police again. Then it's like the police are going on with me and my other neighbor, and we didn't do anything wrong. But they said, none of us can park on that roadway again. I cannot park down at the bottom, and especially walk up and down stairs in the wintertime. I'd wind up falling and killing myself. I do have disabilities. I should have a legal right, and even my other neighbors did not do anything wrong. We should still have a right to park there.
On the road,
We're
Okay.
parking on the side of the road.
in the wintertime though, they can't plow the roads, is what the issue is. And then we'll get
No,
phone calls.
they can, because
Versus
the
the
one
actual,
neighbor, yeah, because the Illinois neighbor's not there and the other neighbor is at work.
Okay. All right, next, one more, I'll be the last one.
Okay, on that corner, there's stop signs, Lakeshore, right where the beach is, okay, where Lakeshore comes up. There's stop signs. Nobody ever uses the stop signs. Honestly, nobody does. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So, can we get speed limit signs? We haven't hardly any speed limit signs here. I know that doesn't matter. At least
No, I'm
they're
just,
there.
because with another traffic study.
Maybe
Mike,
speed limit
yeah,
10,
Mike,
maybe speed limit 10.
Oh,
something high,
I don't know about 10.
20, you know what I mean, something. I understand LaPorte County doesn't put the speed humps, is that correct? No.
You can't follow the road. Don't listen to Mayor Derby because he doesn't care about the people in his town. So,
We know that.
okay, folks, I give you, sir, the last question, and then you have a meeting to conduct, and then we're gonna go let you conduct. Go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to know who's in charge of opening the valve to drain the lake? Do you know?
I
They
do know
are.
that. I do know that.
All right, who's in charge of draining the lake?
Yeah.
To open the valve.
Yeah, that's the HLCA, they have a board, they work with the DNR, they were given
And
permission.
LaPorte County. All three of them have to agree on open that valve.
Is that the case? My understanding is that they work with the DNR for the.
I was told it was only them in charge.
Okay,
I-
yeah.
Who, the HLCA? It's
Tony
a-
Dodd's back.
We will have to see what that is done to the attorneys, because a lot of times people misunderstand what things are said. So we'll take an attorney. The attorney may say it's HLCA, they may say the county will say, or that'll be the drainage
It
board.
was all three of them, so they agreed on it
Okay.
They started
So-
a conservation association and they put them.
Don
in
Logan's
charge
on
of
that,
it.
correct?
Pardon me?
Yeah.
Don Logan?
That's something.
So, okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do this for everybody. I'm gonna go tomorrow, talk to the county attorney. We'll get your contact from their attorney. We'll find out what's the best solution. And again, there's gonna be people happy, there's gonna be people unhappy. So either way, we look at what you have that right now. So, but we're gonna get the best solution for everybody. The DNR said they're not gonna get involved at all. So, and I will keep Cherry in the loop, and Kevin will be involved too. And then we'll see what they say, and we'll try and come to some solution, and to make as many people happy as possible.
The DNR should be involved. If that launch
They don't want to.
That launch that they put in
They
out
don't
there,
want to, they've already said no.
We need
they
to
need
call
to do
the
something about it. So that everybody can launch out.
Flood them with calls, That's what I would do, but I can tell you this much, they really don't care. They're not go out there and shoot deer on the side of the road, they'll come unglued.
That is the only
So-
place the fire department rescue can get in.
So, okay, that's something we have to make sure gets addressed. So, okay, that's what we're gonna do with that, and I'll be in touch with the trustee, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna leave him some cards, if someone wants to contact him.
All right, thank you so much, Commissioner Hollifield, Superintendent. Anybody else, I mean, we're gonna do public comment again at the end of the meeting, I only have so many, names, if somebody's interested in signing this, we'll go down the list. And then we're gonna get into, oh, it's right there. Take a moment here. Fire territory update, what are you gonna do it? Give it a second.
A lot of times people don't want to spend their attorney.
No, we'll do it at the end.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Absolutely. Thank you.
Good night, folks,
Thank you, we appreciate it.
We won't be able to call you, just go back to the phone.
Is anybody opposed to doing public comment now, in case you aren't interested in fire update and stuff like that?
Just go to the first name on the list.
Is that okay?
What's that?
Is everybody okay with public comment now? Sure. The board wants to be respectful of everybody's time and give those just interested in speaking that time. Does anybody want to add their name before I start going down the list? First one on the list is Pat Coleman.
I have nothing to say, but I think he made a good point about you're not gonna please everybody, because I hear everybody has a different problem. So we're not dealing with one problem, we're gonna be dealing with a lot of problems.
Thank you, Pat.
So they have to know that it isn't gonna please everybody.
Absolutely. Cheryl, is it Gail?
Paul.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
Would you mind,
Come on up here in the
if you
camera.
could, or I can turn this if it's more comfortable for you to sit, just so we can hear your statement. Just right there, you're in the shot.
Right there.
Okay, well, actually, we covered a lot of stuff, which was fantastic. I do have one thing though. Is there any way, either through social media or where it could be posted down here at Monroe's, what you guys are going to discuss at your meetings, where people could stop and check to see whether they want to show up for the meeting or not?
He does post it.
May I take some of your time to answer that? Okay, so the requirement is that notice for meetings need to be posted 48 hours in advance. I've been keeping to that. The format that I've always posted has been the same since I started as a board member. I did update the one here because people were asking, and obviously I wanted to put that out there. What I have said is, I don't exactly know what we're going to be covering. Like, there's the common sense stuff about, we might be you're talking about the beach because of porta johns, or common sense stuff, but as far as last day of meeting, that we were gonna be talking about the beach. I had no idea. So all this happened, and then we've had the individuals interested in us doing that. It just kind of came out of nowhere, but I don't want to take all your time, but that's kind of, and it is posted here 2 days before and on Facebook. Yeah, you can find it on at the front door here. That's required as well.
Okay.
And the social media post is not required, but I do that because obviously there's more reach.
Through your thing on social media.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I do
For the
sometimes on
township
mine, but
post.
yes, the township
Okay.
Facebook.
All right, okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at reading. Stephen, are you interested in speaking?
All our answers have been basically covered.
Wonderful. All right. Kevin Smith?
Leave it as it is.
Nope. Joe Barkowski? Did I get that right?
Marsikowski. That was close.
Sorry.
No, I don't, all my answers have been covered.
Okay. Joe Schultz?
I'll pass. They pretty much got through what we needed to.
They're pretty good at that,
Are
right?
you all camera shy?
David Nassar?
Yeah, I'm not camera shy.
Oh, I better start the timer.
Better start it now, man. So the only issue I really have with the beach, other than the safety issue with the kids and the boats and everything, once again, I told you I live 3 doors down from there. The police are down there every week and all week long. The problem I have is we need to put a time limit on that beach. There's kids down there till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, they're down there tearing the place up, blowing the Joy John up. We have people that are from out of state there. Last year, and I don't know how many of you know this, but last year a lady OD'd on the beach and died on our beach last year. So I don't know how many of you know that. And last year, the police were called down because a gentleman was beating his wife in the car with a kid in it. You people don't see all of this unless you live right next to it. I know y'all think that I'm crazy and you're laughing, ha ha ha. It's true, it happens every day. It was a month ago, we had a board meeting here. I took the board down to the beach just to show them all the trash that is at the beach. We have trash barrels, recycling barrels, there's old underwear, there's rubber gloves, there's syringes at the beach. We all found them when we were down there. This is the issues we have at the beach that you people don't see, that don't live close by. The other problem we have there, we had a lady that showed up while all of us were there having a board meeting. She was drunk. It was a Thursday night. She's slurring, "Oh, you guys don't know what you're doing." She comes back. She gets naked to go in the water with kids around. We had to call the police on her. These are things that you people don't see. I'm just not talking about the boat launch. I'm talking about the beach in general. We need to clean the whole place up.
It's not your property, it's not the township's property, it's a law enforcement property.
It
It is their property. The township owns that property. They own part of that property.
Hudson Lake, not
So
your
you're
property.
saying, so you call the police, they never come out. I mean, not to be mean to them or nothing, but they have other things to worry about. You know what I mean? So these are issues that happen all the time. So I'll tell you what, why don't you come to my house for a whole weekend, and you just stay at my house, I'll let you hang out with me, and you listen to what happens all day long over there. And you're gonna change your mind, trust me. You're gonna change your mind. That's what I'm gonna say to you. Yes, ma'am.
Didn't someone
You can
say
take some of my
something-
time, I'll let you.
Didn't somebody say something about the possibility of putting a camera up down there?
Well, there is a possibility. But I think what we need to do is we need to put a sign up there, and we need to decide whether it's a private beach or it's a public beach. If it's a public beach, then everybody's welcome. I get it. If it's a private beach, then only Olive Hudson Township people should enjoy that. What's that?
Who will enforce it if it's private?
If it's a private beach, I've already talked to the New Carlisle Police Department. They said they would be willing. What's that?
They do not patrol this area.
Yes, they will, if you just listen to me real quick, because New Carlisle Police are
Why don't you
marshals.
move up on
They
the
can
hill?
go anywhere they want to, believe it or
Move up on
not.
the hill.
Believe it or
Why don't
not.
you move up on the hill? It sounds like you want to live up
Nobody
there.
asked-
Hudson
I know
Lake
right
is
where I wanna
different.
live.
Hudson Lake
Why
is
don't you
not
live
New
somewhere
Colorado.
else?
Never asked me. I like Hudson Lake, so.
Since
Yeah,
you took
but
my
the
time
stuff
up.
he is
So do
saying
I. I
is-
love Hudson Lake too. I'm trying to keep it clean and safe for everybody.
If there's houses for sale on the hill,
Well, why don't you go move on one?
I like the lake.
So do I. I'm fine right where I'm at.
Thank you so
Would
much,
you wanna
David.
see the
You're welcome.
disgusting things he's seen? That's gross.
I mean, if it's private or public, you're still gonna have the same problem.
I think you're next, right?
my family and I have had our place at Hudson. Okay, we've had our place at Hudson Lake for 30 years. It's been a blessing for our family. Beautiful lake, beautiful water, great neighbors, people, but it's getting goofy. And the scary part is the safety of these kids. I love seeing the families on the beach, the little babies and grandmas, grandpas, everybody having a great time. But then the boats are dropping in, jet skis rushing in, and they're not within the 250 feet or 300 feet rule. And that's the concern, safety. And if we can post that public launch site for boats that can work there, I don't know about the pontoons, man. It's a beautiful location. We went through with our boat last weekend. It's not too tough. Water's 4 feet in the channels and out in the middle, 6 feet in Little Hudson.
I literally have a tape measure 2 feet right at the dock. There's no way that our speedboat or any pontoon boat is gonna launch there. I literally have pictures that I took 2 days ago.
I'm not debating, but yesterday I was there and there was a guy out there with a weed dock. And he explained, the yellow thing on the water, he was getting a quote together for a neighbor who wanted a clear path. So they could have a path from their home to the channel to get out on the lake. And he explained that what they do is they clear those weeds and lily pads out and take them out of the water, because if you just use herbicides and weed killers, that's what causes the sediment and the silt on the bottom of the lake. Those things die down there and it starts building up. So if we can get a process for cleaning up maybe every year, whatever, have a, if we gotta put it in our taxes or something, or homeowners, I know you're all saying you don't want a homeowners, but someone's gotta protect the lake.
You wanna take
And
away,
the families.
if you take away the leaves, then you're contradicting the wildlife.
But
You're
you
gonna
know
lose
what they're
fish,
doing?
you're gonna lose birds.
They're killing the weeds. They're killing with the herbicides in parts of the lake, and it's dirty in the water. And that junk is falling down, it's all debris and dead leaves.
Herbicides or cleaning them out. What he's saying about wildlife,
Yeah.
people are not taking into consideration the wildlife, the fish.
I
I
agree.
mean, the whole 9 yards.
I'm with you on that. And I was thinking even about the eagle's nest. How blessed are we to see an eagle flying over the lake, and the osprey? I mean, that's beautiful. And
It is
in
beautiful.
by that boat launch, the one that the DNR built, it's great. The guys in there, I saw 3 people put their fishing boats in and out yesterday. They were saying it's so much nicer than other lakes they've been to. It's clean, the ramp is real nice. So I don't know who's tried to use it or who's not.
On this
but-
side, I could walk out on piers all the time before and see baby
And I
fish.
appreciate your help. I truly say thank you. The beach looks great now, the sand and everything.
You can't see the baby fish because of all the bad things they're doing to the water.
Don? I'm sorry? Okay, very good. Anybody else?
Can I make a comment?
Sure, absolutely. Could you sign this after, but come on up and speak. Can you just say your name and then sign it after? You can sign after.
So, my name's Sean Waltman. So you made a comment that it's full-heartedly to put out signs because it wouldn't do no good.
And not sign.
Speak up.
Go ahead.
Okay, so something along those lines. But, so, the signs worked for a number of years. And it's only recently that people started parking the trailers in there. Kids apparently now get in the way of boats, When I was a kid and I grew up, we knew not to go in behind the boats and stuff when people were launching. So, does it fall on the parents to say, hey, kids, don't go behind the boats because it's dangerous, We also policed ourselves when we were younger also, or, my parents and uncles and stuff like that did as well. We should police ourselves. It should be a private beach too for Hudson and Olive Township. And as far as my understanding, it always has been, and from as long as I can remember, there's a sign down there that says so. If there's people from Michigan and Illinois putting piers and stuff on the lake, then we should police that and maybe take their pier out in the middle of the lake for them, like that.
It sounds like vigilantism. Do you want me to answer, or it's your time, you have time?
No, I mean, I guess that's just my comment on the thing though, but I think we can sit here and nitpick safety all day long, and, you know, there's a safety issue for every incident, you know, so to say that backing in boats is a safety issue, if you put in more pillars, all it's gonna do is bring more people parking down there. I guarantee they'll be parking down all the way down to the first pier. And then all those people, so that you're gonna invite 10 more people, or 10 more cars down there. And then, let's say up to 40 more people down there on that beach.
As long as they're all
Would
Hudson
you-
Township people, I'm great with that.
Yeah,
As
they're
long as they're
not,
not from out of town or from somewhere
they're
else.
not going to
I would
be,
love all
and-
Hudson Township people to go to that beach. That'd be
and
outstanding.
again, even if they are, they're still gonna be doing burnouts, and they're still gonna be down there drinking, so how is that any safer than somebody with a boat backing in? Every time I back in a boat, I always got
I'm not
somebody.
saying it, but some people aren't like you, is what I'm saying. There's other
You know,
people that
right,
back
but
it in
see,
that-
this affects me and my family and all that though, so.
Once again, one bad apple and a bunch of.
Well, but you
it's bad
can't, you
for
can't
everybody.
say, well, this guy's bad, so
I
we're just
understand.
gonna screw it for everybody, you know, that's not the way it needs to be, you know, we need to find out a solution to where it benefits the community and screw everybody else. You know, because we all pay taxes to live here, so. So, my deeds all have beach lots on them, I own multiple pieces of property, my family's been here for almost 100 years, so.
I got you.
So,
I'll give you 110%.
thanks.
I appreciate that. Would you mind just signing that? Anybody else? Yeah. Yeah, please. Just state your name and you can sign it, if that's all right.
My name's Cole Gilpin. I live down here at the lake. My family's been 100 years, they've been down here. I grew up in New Carlisle, but then when it came time for me to find a place for my family to live, I chose to live here at the lake. Because the lake is different in New Carlisle. There's things, I don't agree with any of the things that go on at the beach. I think some things are a little blown out of proportion to what they really are. But there's always been an appeal to this place that was different than New Carlisle, all right? So I don't want to make this place New Carlisle. And when I see an uproar, I don't have a boat, I don't launch a boat. I go down to the beach with my kids once in a while. I have a friend that owns property on the lake, so we use his beach most of the time. So it didn't even affect me, but when I saw the uproar, and I saw people just take things into their own hands, really, and then not even want to say it, take accountability for it, it got my attention, because I feel like the board should represent the majority of the people, not a group of people. I can understand if you own property along that road, how you feel about a lot of things that go on. But you bought the property, and it's always been like that as long as I've been alive, okay? So,
That's good.
it has. You know what you get into. I know what I got into when I bought my land here in Hudson Lake. I knew there'd be hillbillies. I knew that there'd be hillbillies riding mopeds at 3 a.m. when I bought a house in Hudson Lake. Hudson Lake has been the same forever. So, I'm just telling you, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So, what I'm gonna say is that I've seen all of this before, and the can of worms has been opened, and that boat launch is gonna be gone. And we're gonna be paying for our own beach, and we can't put the worms back in the jar. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I would like to respond to that.
No.
As a board member, we represent the community, but we can only do what we hear about from the community. And as has been said here a few times, there's only been a handful of people here. So the past 2 meetings, we understood there is a problem at the beach. Whether you like to hear it or not, there is a problem. First of all, I went personally and went and picked up beer bottles that were broken all over by the barricades. The Joy John was knocked over. You know, it's a problem. We worked as a board to approve getting sand in, and if you've been to the beach, it looks much better. From who we heard from, they wanted that launch closed. In my history, I remember the highway department from years ago wanting it closed. Now, that's just maybe hearsay. So we moved on the action from who we heard from at the meetings. There was no secret agenda. And so all we can do is listen to who comes to the meetings and act on it. As your board, we're here for you. And it's great to see all these faces, because I'm learning a lot. This is good. But when I went to the beach with Dave and a couple other people, it was a mess. The weeds were growing up. I mean, we wanted it nice for the community. And that's what I thought we were doing. So there was no secret agenda. That's just my piece. Thanks for listening.
That was great. Well, the highway department did do a fantastic job, and I thought I took accountability. I did ask, but I mean, it is their property to do with what they will, and now you can see that they would like to have that be somebody else's responsibility. Do we have anybody else who would like to speak? Please, just state your name, and then if you would sign, or can you come up, or probably not.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead, sir.
You're good.
Oh, okay.
You're ready.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
As you can see, I'm a little kind of disabled here. My daughter has a pontoon out on the lake, and about the only thing I can really do anymore is fish. And right now, with the lake as high as it is, I can't fish. I can't get to the pier. I drive a golf cart, but I can't get to the pier right now, even with the golf cart. Now I understand, the lake road. They want to close the lake road, and I can understand where some of the people are coming from, because these kids nowadays run down that road 30, 40 mile an hour. They need to be a speed limit sign at the beginning of that, and a slow children playing sign at the beginning of that beach road, and not maintain it. If there's holes in it, let the holes stay there. That'll slow them down. That's all I needed to say, and thank you very much.
Amen.
And you are doing a good job.
I thought he was doing a great job.
With what you have to work with, you're doing a fantastic job.
Amen.
Anybody else want to speak? Would you like to come up? Please. Nice to see you.
Most of you know me, my name is Sandy Tuska. I've lived here my whole life. And I know all of you realize there's so many issues here at the lake. And these guys have been taking a beating from a lot of things on Facebook, which I feel is very, very unfortunate, because not maybe 2 or 3 people have showed up to the meetings, and they pretty much talk about things that want to be fixed. Everybody wants the same thing. I know all of us want the same thing. Nobody wants a kid to get run over. Nobody wants the road being closed. We all want the same thing. So, and I want to say, I'm thankful to see this many faces finally at a meeting. Unfortunately, it's not all for the same reasons. Everybody's got their own agendas. Everybody thinks that we're not on the same page, but I believe these guys have done such a wonderful job so far with some of the things that they've done. We've got kids playing down at the ballpark. I was so happy to see that and so excited. We got the beach cleaned up down there. I think that they should be applauded, and I hope that everybody here will take the time to look at the schedule. If you can make it to the meetings, they are working for you guys. They have done, I think, a fabulous job, and I felt really, really, really upset at a lot of the comments, and pretty much putting their addresses out there, almost like it's like being a bully, like, hey, this is where they live. That's not cool. It really wasn't cool. And I just think that all of us need to calm down and realize that, most of you are my friends. I like all of the people in this room. And I know that, sometimes people think because we live in a house on the lake that we are trying to, do something that you guys may not agree with or may not like. That's not the case. Everybody wants to have fun. We've lived here our whole life. And I think if we all work together, we can make this place that it's safe for the kids, fun, clean, and the people who actually do live on the lake do take a lot of crap that we shouldn't have. You wouldn't like it if somebody just decided to come up in your yard, sit on the side of the road, set up a camp, and decide to have some beers next to your yard. It's the same difference. If you had little kids and somebody sitting out there cussing and carrying on because they want to have a good time, and they decided it looked like a nice place to park. And I'm just saying that everybody, says, well, you chose to live there. Well, that's right, we did choose to live there. And we pay taxes just like everybody else, but respect goes a long way. And talking to each other, I think, is where communicating with each other is where it starts. And because they put it on Facebook, if you think that you aren't on Facebook, reach out to us. We'll figure out a way to make sure, or not us, because I'm not on board. Reach out to them, make sure that they are aware that you need to, have the place where you can go and figure out where the meeting is. I think it's, what is it?
It's always here.
It's always here, and it's every the second Thursday. So, thank you all for coming. I'm excited to actually see people get involved, because we all know that there's a lot of kids that are driving around. I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want to, stop their fun from the summer, but we all need to be parents and be adults about this and work together instead of attacking each other.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Could you get the, wait, yeah, if you would. It's over here. I left it with this gentleman. I apologize. Sir, can you state your name, and then if you don't mind signing it afterwards?
Joe already signed.
Oh, he already signed?
Passed
Okay.
his turn.
You passed your turn. I passed through.
Oh, now he's not camera
So,
shy.
yeah, Joe Schultz, I live out here on the south side of Hudson. I just want to talk to you guys about the ramp, because last year when the water had dropped, I called DNR. DNR kicked me to basically, hey, you got to talk to the head guy. So I called our Representative Jim Pressel. Jim Pressel, he got a hold of the head of DNR, and he said they've dredged the channel, they're done with it. The issue that where the ramp was put at, which I don't know if anybody realizes, it's in a swamp, it's in muck. The entire thing is muck. So they dredge a channel, they took the muck out, the muck rolls back in, you go back to shallow water. Right now, yeah, we're right. You're at high water right now.
The muck goes back in because nobody uses it. If everybody kept using it,
No, that's
it would
not
clear it out of the way.
No, that's not true. So the problem is when the water drops, you can't get a boat out of the water, period. A 20-foot boat, you back down, your trailer goes back up, and you can do that right now, because I just did it. Backed my boat down, it went back up like that, and I had to force it off the trailer with the engine, sucked up a bunch of black stuff, now I have to get it fixed. Where they put the ramp is it's not in a great spot by any means. You also, Dave, you had brought up that the beach and the drugs and the stuff and the people, 4th of July weekend, they are double rolled parked down through there, which increases traffic problems. But people are in favor of the beach, but people say how bad the beach is with the drugs and the people dying and overdosing, and so you want to make the beach bigger to have more issues is how I see it. Because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have more people, more issues, more people staying till 3, 4 in the morning. All I'm saying is that ramp down there, when the water drops, which it's going to get hot, it's going to drop, and people won't be able to get their boat out. Most people they back in the morning, or they back in late at night, they take their boat out in the winter, or at fall, or put it in there in the spring. Most everybody does that. You have random people coming throughout the county. South Bend, I've seen people just dump their boats. They'll go park down here or park over here. We tried using this ramp, which we have Wednesday nighters here. It's tough at Wednesday night, and we're trying to pull out here on traffic, and the ramp is not in the best shape. I mean, the guy got his axle hung up here when the water was thing, broke his axle, which tied up a bunch of boats. So there's not a lot of access on the lake, and when the water drops, you can't get your boat out down there, because I've tried it several times. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Did anybody happen to sign? Did you sign? Or is anybody else in? Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing. I know before, and I'm not trying to be attacking anyone, and I appreciate the time and the effort that you guys have put into it. I know that it's a little out that way, you know? So I'm just asking, is there, you know, as a community of, and I'm gonna use this as an example, a couple of years ago, there were some really bad incidents going on the north side of the beach. And as a community, there was like we worked together, and I think a group ended up helping with the theft and being vigilant as like a community watch type thing, and maybe if we can approach all of this together and put our heads together and figure it out. They saw a lot of the issues that we're having on the north side. There was like 3 or 4 years ago, a group of like 20 guys or something went and camped out, and there was some real bad theft and things that were happening on the north side. Like, I don't know if anybody recalls that all happened, but
I was one of those guys. I was one of those
yeah,
guys.
so somebody, it was commendable to sit there and watch our community band together to solve a problem. And I want to see that we can do this with this, that we can come together and as much as like, I didn't know about all these problems that people deem as horrible. Nobody wants that. But then to come together and figure out ways that we can solve our problems and maybe get the police involved appropriately, but also kind of take care of our own. Is there a balance that we can do? If I guess I want to go back to my original statement of, I wish we could have communicated more about, like, there's a Hudson Township page, there's an uncensored page. Maybe there's ways to communicate the problems so that we can effectively, as a community, come together and be aware that what we all decided in that meeting with 3 or 4 people, more of us would have attended that meeting, and then they're knowing that.
But just like he says, every second Thursday, there's a meeting here every second Thursday.
But that was a big decision to close the ramp, to close that.
Everybody had a chance to come to every meeting. There's 12
We didn't make the decision, we asked somebody, just to say, and that's fine, and what's the difference? I understand your point, but.
You're being political. I mean, just say, I asked him to close it.
I did.
mean, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who wanted to speak?
Just one more thing real quick.
Be quick.
Right now, with the water being up as high as it is, and as you're talking about the boat ramp, right now the water is up so high, it's uploading a lot of these lily pads, and they're floating right over to the boat ramp. That's why you can't get your boat in and out of it. You got all these lily pads, stump roots, or not stump roots, but lily pad roots, they're all piling up in front of that boat ramp. That's part of the problem with the boat ramp right now. Plus it was designed to leak it all.
Thank you. If there's nobody else, we'll move into our general meeting, if that's okay. Going once, going twice. I appreciate everybody being here and for your thoughts. Fire territory update? We have a
Really,
good
the
meeting?
only update with the fire territory, they're in the union contract negotiations right now, so we're waiting to hear back for that. Really, the biggest thing is, the fire department really doesn't want to have anything to do with the Christmas party in the fire station anymore. They're having to leave the trucks outside, they're worried about the water tanks freezing, so we're trying to come up with a solution for that. Is there a building big enough
Right
to push
here.
the fire trucks?
Oh, good, fire trucks.
They gotta keep the fire trucks like indoors. And because of the water tanks, they're getting real nervous because how much they cost and this and that, so that's actually kind of the big deal, is what they're gonna do for the Christmas party in the fire station.
That's definitely more important than the contract negotiations.
I mean, it's a big deal.
Tell them to have Amazon just put up heated tents for.
So Jen Miller, who is Will Miller's wife, if anybody knows Will Miller in town, she's been working with Amazon to see if maybe they would put up a tent every year for us. I told her, you know, if you're going to that extent, go big or go home, see if they'll build a building over that parking lot, and then it's just there for good. So, she's working with Amazon and all that, on that, so.
Anything you picked up that he's leaving out?
No. They had, the last time they had the Christmas in New Carlisle, they had a few $1,000s damage on the trucks because the gauges in that froze. That's, you know, it's not just, you know, it's inconvenient to have it out all the time. You're taking trucks out of service because of having repairs because they're doing out there. I've been living here since '93. And I love Christmas in New Carlisle, but we have to come up with a different way. That's all. And that's what we're working on.
I had mentioned maybe reach out to some of the local farmers that have huge buildings within a close proximity of town. And could we maybe use that space for that Christmas parade night? You know, and then they brought up, well, maybe there's a liability with having fire trucks in their barns, but that's not up to me. That's up to them to figure out.
All right, thank you very much for the fire territory update. I did send out the financial statement and the minutes. Any issues, corrections, questions on either?
All good. I do.
Which one? Both the financial statement
Yeah.
for June and the meeting notice from June?
Yep.
Okay, motion? Seconded? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, those will be uploaded shortly. On the gateway if you're not aware.
Old business is parking lot.
Old business?
Well, under old business is parking lot.
Yeah, parking
So I
lot
think
was
the
done.
parking lot looks fantastic.
Yeah, moving into.
It was supposed to go
Actually,
out,
can we
I
do
did-
new business? I'm sorry. Is it Jessica? Are you still here?
I'm here, yes.
Have we been keeping you waiting or what?
So I turned around.
I would like to handle one part of new business in case she needs to head out. I know, but I would like to do new business first, if that's okay with the board. Are you guys okay with that? Just respect your time. So Jessica had reached out to me about, can you tell me about it briefly for the board and public? If you don't mind.
Come on up here for the camera.
Put you on the spot.
My name is Jessica Durham. I work with the LaPorte County Family YMCA. And I had reached out to Austin. So we have an event called the Tour de LaPorte. Has anybody ever heard of it? No. Okay, that's great. So it's a 2-day event in August that we do every year. This is the 25th year that we're doing it. It's a fundraiser for the Y. So the Y is actually a nonprofit organization. So we give scholarships out to people for preschool, childcare, swim lessons, membership, youth sports. And so we do that every year. And on Sunday, we do a cycling event. And so we have cyclists that go 100 miles almost across 3 counties. And so we do what's called SAG stops, which is safety and gear. And that's an opportunity for them to stop somewhere, use the restroom, get some water, some food, and then keep going. So I had asked Austin if it would be possible to use the park over here. My son actually plays on the baseball team that uses it. That's why I knew about it. We're very grateful for that as well. It's a wonderful location, and so that's kind of why you just had me here. If there was any questions I could answer.
And just to clarify my understanding and convey it to the board here and maybe to the public, you are looking for a location to use the pavilion for
Yes.
people under, and then I understand 2 porta johns.
Yeah, so we
as well?
bring in portable restrooms, and then we also have them removed after the event is over. And we're okay with placing them wherever you would prefer to do that. We also do this with Door Village, so Scipio Township. We work with them. We do a small donation to the township in exchange for being able to use their park for that day, and we're more than happy to do that for you guys as well.
You guys take like donations like water and all that stuff?
We do, yes.
Okay, so where would we turn that in?
So I have some business cards I'll actually leave up here with Austin before I go. That would be wonderful. There is something else that I did want to mention that is actually unrelated to this, but for those of you that maybe have kids or grandkids, the Y just recently also acquired a mobile unit called Y on the Move. And so the goal of that is to be able to take programming out into communities, especially rural communities that are a little bit further out for kids. So anything from sports to STEM activities, healthy snacks, learning how to exercise properly. So we're just launching that as well. So we'll be starting to contact communities throughout the county.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So and just also for everybody to know, I did reach out to David Davey, which I'm sure you probably were aware there's nothing going on there that day
Yes.
for the teams, so it wouldn't be used for a concession. And I also reached out to Market in the Park, and I guess it's not going to be used that day either. So If there's, I was hoping.
I think it's a great idea, and I'm in support of it, and I make a motion to accept it, for you to, Jessica and the YMCA to use the pavilion on that day.
Thank you.
You got a second?
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so,
Thanks, Jessica.
do you have, I guess, just before we finalize that, is there anywhere specific you want this board to or just wherever they think is best?
Just in.
Get it in the fence?
Just inside the fence there.
Everybody in, all in favor?
The fence to the right, yeah.
Everybody go with that?
Yeah, we're right along the shed where the base.
There is already one out there.
There is one,
wherever-
yeah.
wherever
We usually
they
bring in a couple, so for reference, that particular stop, will be about 200 participants coming throughout the course of the day. So there's,
Does it dwindle towards the end?
it does, yeah.
Okay.
Especially, so there's a 100-mile route, there's a 60-mile route, and you're pretty far out on the 100-mile route, so yeah, they're gonna be having a little bit of. It's gonna be August 23rd. It's also a really great opportunity to come out and meet people. We do take volunteers too if you're interested in helping out that day. Obviously you guys are a very tight-knit community. I grew up in Rolling Prairie, I went to New Prairie, but I spent a lot of my youth out here in Hudson Lake. I had friends out here, very familiar with the area, and you guys have always been.
Is there a specific route that you're gonna be taking so that the public will know to watch out for bike?
Yes, so I can share that
Sure,
all
I'll
with
post it.
Austin as well. I can share just like a general information flyer. There is a full route as well. It is an open route, so we don't close any roads for this, but it is great to, for people to know, yeah, be cautious, cyclists are coming.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Yeah, no problem, thank you.
So I apologize for that new business guide to have respect for your time. Moving to old business,
The parking lot was done.
parking lot was done.
I think it looks great.
Has the fence been compacted? I haven't
He
seen.
was supposed to do it yesterday, but it's on his list. I think it's done. Did anybody go by there?
I haven't seen it since he said he was.
I haven't seen it compacted. I didn't go by.
Well, I haven't cut the check, so I'll make sure that happens before I cut the check.
Are you talking about the parking lot?
Yes, the parking lot at the park got taken care of.
It does look nice.
Yeah, hopefully it stays that way, right?
The hydrant was discussed in the business. Anything new? You went there and turned it on.
I did go there and turn it on. And I talked to Well, he's a local guy. And the only way to actually make that work is you have to have a bladder tank and pressure switch. What's that?
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah.
It has to have a bladder tank and a pressure switch.
Okay.
So your bladder tank fills up off the well, pops the pressure switch, shuts it off. There's no switch that'll just shut off the well pump at the bottom.
Okay, so even if you fix the hydrant to close it, it's still pumping?
Correct. If the breaker, you have to have something to shut it off. And that's still the bladder tank.
What do you think we're looking at? I mean, you're not doing the estimate here, but what would you think? I mean, you're familiar, maybe. What would you think ballpark we need to be prepared for?
We could put it in the shed and then blow it out. And that's almost what I recommend.
We'd have to.
We don't have
We have to
water
heat
going
the
that
shed.
far. We'd have to
You
trench.
blow it out.
We'd have to trench.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we table that?
I'm good with tabling it.
Otherwise, we dig a hole on it.
Okay.
Like a well pit.
Other old business, anything prior that we've spoken about we should discuss? I guess we could discuss the beach briefly.
Oh, yeah, so here is the estimate from 18 Construction. And I already have a permit from the county to put up the pavilion. There's a copy of the permit right there, so.
We need to speak this out to these people.
Yeah, they're not aware.
Hey, Rick, real quick, you might want to tell everybody what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
So we're interested in putting up a 12 by 24 foot, it's called a pavilion, I guess, but really it's just 6 by 6 posts that go into the ground with a cover with a metal roof. And it's just someplace at the beach to get out of the sun. And so we have 18 Construction is the company that built the pavilion at the park, and we think he did a good job. So I would like to get the approval from the board to let Mr. Alvey at 18 Construction know to move forward with it, and it can be done within a month. So by, well, 3 weeks before Labor Day weekend, we'll have a nice shelter for the sun. And it would be put on the township property, which is the east end of the beach, up near the barricades.
Also, we are putting signs up on that pavilion, correct?
That would be discussed after.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that further, what signs, what they're gonna say.
And speaking briefly about the beach, specifically the signs, I have reached out to our council, and I'm sure I'm gonna have more conversations involving the MOU or whatever, but I've spoken to him and asked him for what we can do ordinance-wise. Of course, the same issue is gonna be there about enforcement, but at least we can maybe set up some ordinances that are common sense. But I haven't received that information yet, and then obviously we're probably want to redo the signs and make it all look nice and be accurate with our information and rules there. But that would be after we have the structure to put it to, I would figure. But that's up to the board.
You also might want to mention the wheelchair access.
Yeah,
In the middle.
more about the beach, I guess, plans. So it had come to our attention that when the highway department came out and barricaded it, which I thought they did all that, great job. One thing that I think was overlooked was access, wheelchair accessibility, ADA compliance. So
Just gotta swear the barricades.
I reached out to him. I understand, I haven't actually gone out there and checked the width, but I've been told it's been widened. Is that the case? It's been widened?
Yeah,
Okay.
one spot is white.
To, I think, 40 inches, and then something that wasn't ever talked about or considered was how do you actually use that when you're wheelchair bound or something to that effect. So I've been looking into a few grants, but I have no progress really. But just so you know, I'm looking into, they have these mesh mats that can get you down to the high water line and would fit there. So I'm looking into that. I'm gonna try to make that happen, but it's probably, other things are happening right now. So we're working on that. And back to, you have more, I think I said what I needed about that.
I just have a question about the pavilion.
Of course.
I mean, if we're worried about what we have down there, this is just gonna get destroyed within a couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, it will be, especially with the type of people that are down there currently.
So what do we do? Don't do nothing?
Don't
Well,
do
we might as well just let the weeds grow up and just let it go. I mean, seriously, what do? We want to make it better. I see people sitting out on the beach and they bring up maybe an umbrella. There's older couples that are there with their grandkids, and this will give them shade. I mean, it's a nice place for the community. You don't halt progress just by saying it's going to be ruined. No, you stop it from being ruined. We need to stop people from tearing stuff up.
One of the issues though with the people that are coming from like out of the county, though, it's not, we're not really talking about the Hudson Lake people destroying it. It's the South Bend, the LaPorte, not even trying to get deep, but even the Chicago people.
If it's a private beach, let's make it a private beach. Let's have it for all of us in Township.
Maybe we take.
Here and now.
Greg, I didn't see you back.
And what I suggested is that, and maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, is everybody that's gonna be from Olive Hudson Township that is in Olive Hudson Township
Dave,
should have.
I really appreciate it. Public comments kind of passed. Would you mind? And just to say, I'm going to be here after the meeting. I'm going to have a pizza. If you want to chat with me more one-on-one, that's great. But just, we're going to try to keep it moving over now.
We are looking at a way that we can make it to where just the locals have a permit to be down on that beach. We're working on that also.
I'll ask
We just want
the
the
council.
locals
I don't
here.
know if we can do that.
Wherever.
You can't really do that at a like at our park. We can't do that. We can't kick out the teams playing. Yeah, I don't know. I will talk to I am talking to the council. I have not got that answer yet. So it was proposed.
Yeah,
I would know.
I
would like
accept
more
the building
estimates.
of it, so I need a second and approval.
There's a motion made. No second. We're looking for a second. If you want to.
I think we should hold on the pavilion until we figure out if it's gonna be a private beach, public beach.
Yeah,
Or-
we appreciate you. We appreciate you. I know.
this motion. I second your motion.
The public comment kind of has passed. Is it brief?
I got you.
Is it brief?
You're asking you.
Oh, yeah. What's gonna happen when somebody gets in that pavilion and won't come out of it?
Well, it's
open
wall.
air.
It's
just
only a roof.
6x6 boat.
It's only a roof.
That's all it is.
So you got a whole family in there that won't come out of it.
Well, I mean, it's a public space. What happens if they do that down at the pavilion at the park? I mean, it's theirs to utilize, other than out of curfew, you know, if we have an ordinance like that. So, but the motions have been made. We're seeking a second, going once, going twice.
I mean, I'll second it, but.
That's been a second. Okay.
I don't want to hear after we build with all these people bitching about it.
I mean, they're voicing their discomfort now. But that's, it's up to, so a second's been made. All in favor?
I would put it on.
I'm gonna wait until
Okay.
I at least get a second estimate.
Rick made the motion, Teska seconded it. Dave, there's,
Well, we only
not
need a-
abstaining.
we only
Are you
need a
abstaining or are you a nay?
I'm a nay, I wanna get another estimate. But I think you're right.
As the trustee, I would voice my support of getting another estimate as well.
I think this is a really good estimate, I really do.
Yeah.
And Alvy that built the pavilion did a great job, and I know he did a great job there. But I'm still gonna get another estimate.
Get what we built this year.
They did
That's
do it.
right.
They did do it.
I'll get
It'll
on
be done next year.
I'll get on it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the motion's passed. You and Teska passed it.
Okay, well, good.
So I'll get with him. We did,
So we're going.
So it just makes some money.
yeah, it's been voted on and seconded, and we have one nay. And I voted.
I thought we were just getting a second invoice, another quote, before we start building.
That's what I said as trustee. I don't vote.
Okay.
You want to abstain?
I think that's a bad decision.
All right, we're moving on.
Fish stocking project?
Bad
Fish stocking project, this is still old business?
No, it's under new business.
I don't think
But it
there's
is old.
no progress on that.
Actually,
Bad.
Who were you from?
Georgia reached out
Wow.
So-
although she didn't.
Wait, I don't think the people are aware. We've been working towards getting a fish stocking. This is obviously, Roger's taken interest in that. He's gotten the permit, I believe, the will fill out the permit. He's reached out to different companies. And Georgette Joyce of HLCA, who has worked with us in a relationship with AWS to get funding for, what else did they help us with? They helped us out with
The electric now, the part.
and now we're hearing what happened about fish stocking, please.
Fish stocking. Okay. Initially, you know, we were trying to get some fish to stock in the lake. We're trying to target red ear and walleye. I don't know how expensive those fish are. I asked them to put 3,000 of each in, which was about $20,000. They were all 5 to 7 inches. Well, I just heard today that they weren't gonna okay the 20,000, but they would okay 16,000. So I started throwing numbers around and, well, I could get a couple thousand red ear and 1,600 walleye. And that's what I'm gonna propose. Unless someone comes up with a better idea, say, well, I'd rather put all walleye in. You know, well,
Is it final?
it's nothing's final.
But you've heard this more.
Hey, Ross, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
When the DNR put a launch on our lake and they made it a public beach, are they not supposed to stock the beach or stock the lake now?
They can.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, and just to note, like, this
Who
isn't
is? They're
$16,000 of township funds. This is a company that is willing to work with a board member
Understand that.
to do that.
I'm just asking,
So,
is that
just to
true or
clarify.
do we not know that?
I don't know that, but I do know that they always told us that they wouldn't stock Hudson Lake because we didn't have a public launch.
So now we
do.
have one, so now they are supposed to stock Hudson Lake.
I've never asked that question.
Okay. I'll ask
But-
that question tomorrow when I call.
This money comes from an outside source, it's not part of our taxes or anything. I don't know, you think people would rather see 2,400 walleye and no red ear? Or split it up and get some red ear and walleyes? They're 5 to 7 inches long,
Any anglers in the room?
you know.
I've never pulled a walleye out of the water, just saying.
Yeah.
Walleye's a fun kid.
It's breeding and fun. Put the red one in.
Red ear. It's a type of blue.
I think walleye would be good.
When they have these tournaments out here,
They're
do
taking them
they
all out.
like donate anything to like towards restocking?
Not that I'm.
They don't, they catch
It's all
it.
catch and release.
Okay.
2/3
I think
walleye.
walleye would be outstanding.
Update, it's not finalized, so we're gonna
It's
hear.
not finalized, but I'm gonna turn that over real soon.
Two-thirds walleyes, a third red ear.
Well, can we say based on this, that if you get the notice to move forward with it?
I think,
Well,
I mean, it's not really even our resources, nobody's using
I
it.
actually heard from the state also, the guy down in Indianapolis. And he was good with okaying and ready for the permit, but he held off on the walleye because he has to know that the walleyes are there, available.
Oh, I thought that lady.
Somebody has to be there?
I know, but this is somebody in
There's somebody
Indianapolis.
else, okay.
Is it, I'm sorry, who do they work for?
The
They need to know there's walleyes.
To
available
do any
to
fish
be
stocking?
bought.
Yes.
Okay.
That's insane.
This is the enforcement thing, because you're working.
With the DNR. Yeah, it's not our money. It's,
So we don't even need to know.
but you can vote
We
your,
just gotta move forward.
you can make a motion to support.
I just didn't
It's
know
pretty
about the
privileged.
percentage of fish.
Yeah, does anybody
I'm
have a
o-
preference? I
I'm
mean, you probably
okay
know
with-
better than any of us.
You know, I just took that.
We're talking about the fish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just take what you need?
Well, I could split it up. See, I mean, I could do all walleye.
Well, like you said, we're trying to start a walleye population, so I would lean
I would
more,
go
Well,
or at least
You know walleye?
two-thirds
we
walleye.
don't have
Yeah.
enough money to actually
They're
start
fucking
a
catching
project.
their breeding.
Or
You
green.
need 3,000 to actually establish it, and they won't give us that much money.
So, we got 2,400 walleyes?
Yeah.
I think,
And if that happens, it would happen this fall.
I think we go all walleye.
Okay.
We got
Are you
green.
good on fish stocking? Awesome. Any other new, old business?
I'm gonna move forward and try to just spend all the money that they're gonna give us on walleye,
That'd be great.
and
Thank you.
we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Raj.
That was the winner. Thank you, Roger. Moving on from fish stocking, any other old business? Going once, going twice? Moving into new business? What are we talking about? So, do we want to give our thoughts on the proposed MOU? Of course, we don't have any details on it, so it might be too early. The proposed MOU. I mean, we don't know any of the details of what's going to be offered to the township by the commissioner. He's got to speak to the council, but I just thought I'd
Oh,
propose.
the MOU.
If anybody has thoughts, okay?
I think we,
Bring it up next meeting
I think
as
it's
a
whatever the
old business.
public wants. We're here for the community, so.
do try to get control.
Well, if we take control of it though, and there's a rule against it, wouldn't it be better just leaving it how it is? And just ignoring it?
Well, yeah, but if we get control of it, we leave the law, I mean, then we
Yeah,
can.
but then the
then
township's
it's on us
liable.
for liability.
Then we're liable. So it's better just to leave it if we're gonna leave
If we're
it.
gonna leave it, we should leave it.
That's my thought. I don't know. Don't record that.
You need to talk to the attorney and find out
Yeah.
what kind of liability we have.
Yeah.
I don't think there is really much because of the open body of water. Again, there's an assumed risk there, but we'll have to do that. You have
Down in the basement.
It's not bad.
We're still talking about fish, or?
Now, we're moving on to the beach, new business, what was brought up tonight, just
Can
our
I
thoughts.
ask Roger one more question?
You want to answer?
Is
Only
anybody
Roger?
putting up wood duck houses?
Huh? Wood duck houses?
Yeah, the boxes.
Since Delbert did, I have no idea. That was a long time.
Okay. You have more comments on that? All right, new business, what else is going on? Trying to rack the brain. I'm talking to council about possibly how we can set up ordinances. We'll have to get the structure up before we update fences, see what the MOU ends up.
I ended up contacting Microsoft to see if they can kick in some funds for
the project.
Yeah, because they broke ground on that data center report. I have not heard back from them yet, but I called, left a message, and I emailed their community outreach division or whatever. So hopefully we get something there, we get some money.
What is that for, Rick?
Microsoft?
Yeah,
Get some-
why did you get in touch with them, for what reason?
Just resources and
Oh,
projects
okay.
like fish stocking or
We'll
whatever
just,
they want.
well, I'd like to get about 150,000 from Microsoft, put in a nice playground at the park.
All right.
But we'll see.
Let's see what they.
Actually, one of the playground companies said we could double the money by, they would give us a grant as well. But it's early stages, they haven't even got back to me. But I know that Microsoft is gonna be wanting to,
Goodwill.
schmooze the community, just like Amazon did.
Right.
The Amazon paid for electrifying the park
Right.
for us,
Right.
right? So,
Excellent.
hopefully we get some more money.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Other new business? Going once? Going twice? All
Motion
right.
adjourned.
Public comment is finished. Again, we're gonna, I'm gonna at least be lingering about if you would like to join me and talk, off the record, I guess. Motion to adjourn? Seconded, all in favor? Motion is adjourned.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for
Good to
showing
see
up.
everybody.
Oh, Lord.